Hello, welcome to Masha Creatives, the home of creative tech. So right here, this is part 3 of our free website design course that we're offering on YouTube in partnership with Host Kenya for free. So basically, if you just jumped onto this video, just know there's part 1 and part 2, and this is part 3 of that video. So just go to our playlist, find the WordPress for beginners. The playlist is called WordPress for beginners. Check it out and you should be able to see all the videos from part 1 all the way to the end, but right now we are on part 3. So before we dive in, ensure to subscribe to this YouTube channel and let's dive in. So basically we have already learned how to access this. This is the WordPress admin dashboard. So to access this, you just have to /wp-admin, then input your username and password, and you should be able to log into your WordPress dashboard. So we're already logged in. So in our last video, we learned how to create our, just basically having the dashboard ready to design our website. Okay, so on this video, we are jumping into designing the components. Components, as I said on our last video, are the parts that repeat themselves on our website. As you can see, this header and the footer below here, these are parts that keep repeating themselves on the website regardless of the page that you are in. So for instance, if we try to access a different page like the contact us page, you see the content changes here, but the header and the footer remains. So those are components. They are parts of our website that remain constant throughout the website. Okay, so basically I'll just go back to my dashboard, and for us to design those components, we need to access something called the theme builder. So just go to where it says templates, because it's some sort of a template that we are creating. Go to templates, go to where it says theme builder, right click, open that on a new tab. So over here, as you can see, we already have one header, but you can create so many things. There's the header, there's the footer, single post pages, okay, you learn those along the way, but right now we are creating the header. So I had created this earlier on our last video, so I'll just remove it so that we can just begin from a clean state or a clean slate. So the header, there's nothing, so let's just click on add new, and once you click on that, automatically it's going to load Elementor and open the Elementor website builder, where now we can start building our header. So basically over here we already have these templates, but as I said earlier, we are not going to use any templates on this tutorial. So you should be able to create your own websites or to create your own designs without having to edit anyone's templates. Okay, so I'm going to close these templates because we are not adding any template here. We are going to design everything from scratch. So let's start by designing the header. So my header will have a top part where I'm going to, one thing I have forgotten, before we build this, we need to have something called the site. We have to access something called the site identity or the site settings. Apologies, we should have done these settings on the last video, but let's do them now, because here we need to set up the global colors, the global fonts, and anything that is going to be used globally. The same thing we did with just basically the global stuff like the logos, the colors, and the fonts. So first thing, let's add our global colors. Click on that, because we are not going to use this. We have to use colors that resemble our brand. So for this one, as I said, we are doing Ethel Apparels. So let me access their logo over here, client artwork. And this is their logo. So I'll just open this in Illustrator. I've not even done the exports. So this is their colors. We only have how many colors? 2, the deep green and the dark green. So I'll just have these colors quick, and the color codes for this brand. I'll just copy the color code, as you can see, then I'll just bring it here. So you'll also need to get the color codes from your client in case you're working on a client website, or if you're working on your own website, you need to get your own colors from the logo. Basically, I always recommend get the colors from your main logo. So that is the first green that is going to act as our primary color. Then let's go back to Illustrator and get the other color, which is this dark green over here. I'll copy the code and I'll go back to Illustrator, and let's add, that will be our secondary color, but I'll change our secondary color to deep black Then I'll use our accent color as the deep green color. Then our text color, I just drag this a little bit down somewhere there. Then I'm going to save. So these are our main colors that we are going to use for this. So just save, go back. Then those are our global colors. Let's go to our global fonts. And for the global fonts, we are going to use Open Sans. So open, just type here Open Sans. So this is our, so I'll just change from the primary all the way down, Open Sans over here. On the text also, I'm going to change. So basically what is changing is the weight. So you'll find the primary is bold, then the secondary is medium, then the text is light, something like that. That is what is changing, but the font is the same. It is always nice to maintain brand fonts or to maintain the consistency of fonts throughout a website. So I'll just go back over there and I'll go to typography. Here I'm just changing one thing, which is the link, because the link sometimes picks a funny color that I don't like. So I'll just use our global colors here and give this the green, which is our primary color, and save. That is the link over here. Then I'll go back. Now, one more thing we need to do on the site identity before we leave the site settings is go to something called site identity over here. So this is where you input your site logo and site 5 icon. So the site logo is what will come here, and the site 5 icon is this small icon that comes on top of each and every browser, on top of this tab here, or browser tab. So that's the 5 icon, and this is the site logo. So let's upload those. I just go back to over here. Let me just check if I had exported those. I don't remember doing it though. Yeah, I never did that. So let me just export our primary logos. So I'll group these, and I'll also group the white one here. Then I just create one. I'll ungroup this. I need the icon. I'll group this back. So for the icon is what we are going to use on top. This one we are going to use it on top of as the 5 icon. So yeah, I'll use it as it is, but I'll do a square with soft rounded rectangles. So basically what I'm doing, it's more of graphic design work. So if you'll be doing a website for a client, most probably the client will already have a logo from their designer, and the designer will have given you all these logos as PNG files. So for me, I'll be exporting these as PNGs. So I'll go to my asset exporter, then I just drag these 3 over here. Then file, not selections but assets. So these 3, I'll create a folder here called PNGs, and I just export. So now I have we have our logos. So I'll just come here, click on the site logo, upload, select file, and I'll go to where I have my files. I just click all of them and just upload them, so that we won't have to go back and upload again when we just have them on our media library, and it will be easier to just select when adding the 5 icon. That is the top icon that appears here on each and every browser. So just have to give it some time to upload all the images. That is the logos for the website. So this is the logo we are going to use. That's the primary logo. I select, and as you can see, there it is. The next one is site 5 icon. As you can see here, I click that, we are on our media library. This is what we are going to use as our fav icon. We already have the name and the description, then save. If you have not, you don't have it here, just put the website name and any description or slogan here. So that is saved. Go back, and that is all we are doing on site identity. So on site identity is global colors, global fonts, and the site identity over here. That is for the site settings. Once you are done with that, let's just close this. We go back and develop our header. Okay, so here we are. So the first thing, I'm going to have a very top navbar. So I'll click on this, the plus icon over here, this one. Then I'll put a full section like that. It's on top here. Then I'll just go to column gap. I'll say no gap. I'll go to vertical alignment and I'll say middle. Next, I'll at this right here, I'll go to style and I'll give it a background of our primary color, which is that green. Then I'll go to add element. Then I'll search for icon list. This I'll click, drag and drop it over here. So the good thing with Elementor is just drag and drop. Okay, so I don't want the list to go all the way down. I want the list to be horizontal. So I'll change here from default to inline. So I have something that looks like that. I'll go to advanced. Then I'll give some paddings of like 5, as you can see, or take them to around 8, so that I have something that looks like that. Then I'll close the first two. I'll have the first one. So for this one, I'm going to have the phone number over there and the email, maybe with the location on top. So let's have the phone. That is the icon for the phone number. I'll add it here. It's not visible simply because the background is green and I'm sure the icon also is picking green. So we will amend that in a few. Then I'll bring in the phone number. I'll just paste it over here. Then let's go to styles and style that. So the icon, as you can see, it's green. Let's make that white. Then let's go to text and also let's make our text white. And what else? Our typography should be 16, which is by default, as you can see. So let's add the next one, which is the email. So over here, I'll go back to content and I'll duplicate this. Now we have 2. Then we will input our email over here. Then we'll change the icon to envelope. So the email icon is called envelope. Now we have those 2. We have the phone number and the email. Then on the far right, I will have the location. Okay, so I'll click on this. As you can see, I'm designing this from my head. I'm not editing any template, and you should have that leeway. Let's add a divider. It's just nice to have that. So you should have that, how do I call it? The ability to design your own ideas or to design your own concepts from your head. That's why I always advise people learn how to use Elementor. Don't use templates. If I'm to advise anyone. So I'll instead of for me to have the location on the right, I'll have to input this inner section so that I can divide this section into 2. So before I even input this data here, the inner section, I'll go to columns gap. I'll say no gap. I'll go to vertical alignment. I'll make it middle. Then now I'll drag my icon list inside here. Then I'll right click and duplicate. Then I'll copy it, or I'll drag it onto the other section on the right that we are going to input our location. So for that, I'll close this because we only have one, which is the location. I'll go to the icon and search for map. So input the maps icon like that. Then let's input in the location is Nairobi, Kenya, and let's align that to the far right. So go to style, alignment, and take it to right. So we have something that looks like that. Then now let's input in our second section that will have the logo and the nav bar. What are they called? The menu. Yeah, we'll have the logo and the menu. So another full section like that. Same process, no gap. For this one, we can give it a minimum height and make it 90 pixels. Then what else we have not done here? That is all we are doing there. Go to style and give it a background of our green, then go inside it and drag this all the way down to something like that, because I don't want the header background to be white. I want it to have a small shade of our primary color, which is the green. So that is how you achieve that. And since I'll use this color somewhere else, so I'm going to create it as an, so just click on this plus sign and it's going to save that color as a global color. So now we have that. Now I'm going to bring in an inner section to divide the part of the logo and the part of the menu, and maybe a button at the right. No, I won't do a button for this one. So I'll bring in an inner section, click, drag and drop it here. There is our inner section. Then give it no gap, a height, leave as it is, the default, then the vertical align, make it middle. So here at the center, if you just hover here, you get that sign, double-sided arrows. Click and drag it to the left. Then that way you can reduce the sections so that you have the right section to be bigger than the left section. Or you can just click on the section and give it a percentage over here, like 30%. Then the other one will be 70%, so that all these sections, when added up, they make 100. Okay, so for the left section, which is 30, I'm going to bring in the site logo. So click, drag. So that is the reason as to why we had to go to site settings over here and input the site logo and upload the site logo and the site fav icon. Is simply because so that when you input in the site logo, it populates automatically. Okay, so go to style, that is too big, and let's reduce it to something that looks like that. Okay, then on the right here, we're going to have now our menu. So go back and look for WordPress menu. It is right here. Click, drag and drop it right there. So for the logo, I want it to align on the left, so I'll align it here, left. Go back to our menu. As you can see, it is already here. So I'm going to remove this hover effect. To see if I hover this, let me just close there's that underline. I don't like it, so I'll just remove it. So pointer here, say none. So that will remove the pointer, and we're going to just use colors as our hover effect. So I'll click on my menu, I'll go to style, I'll go to typography, I remove the semi-bold and make it normal. I don't like my menu being bold, but that basically depends with you, how you like your design of the website to look like. Then I'll go to main menu still, then I'm going to give it the horizontal padding. So I'll increase the padding so that I have something that looks like that, so you can see. Now the next thing I'm going to do over here, this first section is too big, and okay, it can still be like that, so no worries. I'm going to have the text color for my menu to be green, yes, like that. Then on hover, when someone hovers, it changes to black, which is the secondary color we chose. Then when it is active, also let's make it black, yeah, so that we have something like looks like that. So then I'll go back to the main section. Then I'm going to give it a border. I'll go to default, I say solid. Then I'll uncheck here. I'll just give the border at the bottom. So there's no border on the right, left and top, it's just on the bottom. I'll make it 1. Then the border color, what should we do here? Let's use our accent color, but reduce the opacity a little bit to something like that. As you can see, there's that the line here, that is the border line that we were adding, but it is a bit faint, and that is how it's supposed to be for me basically. So once that is done, the next thing is what I want when I scroll. I don't know if that is gonna work here. Okay, now we can't do that because you see when I scroll, it sticks on the top. You see this part sticks on the top, and that is what I'm going to do. So I will, the main section, go to advanced, then go to motion effect, then stick, make it top, so that when someone scrolls, it sticks on the top. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So that when someone scrolls, it sticks on the top. So that is our header. But now what happens when someone views this website on a tablet? So let's go to tablet mode. It breaks, doesn't look nice. So let's go to our menu, and the first thing, the breakpoint should be on mobile. So let's go back to content. We have selected our menu here and make it mobile. So on tablet, I want the left section over here. I want the left section over here to be 30% still. I don't know what's not happening here. Let me just confirm that. This is my left section. Should be 30%, and then the right section is this one here. And it should be 70%. Why it's not picking that, I don't know. So let's see why. Go to structure. I have my inner section over here. The left column is 30%, is 31 instead of 30. It's 30, but still it's not behaving. Let's publish that. So the publish is just click on add condition, don't change anything, and say save here. So let's try and check how it looks on mobile. So on mobile, the top section that has the phone number, email, and location, it's not supposed to be visible. So I'll just go to advanced responsive, and I'm going to hide on mobile. So that is hidden. So let's try again and see if our columns are going to behave. So the column, I'm going to make it 30, not 30. For this one, you make it 70. Then for the right column, let's make it 30. Okay, so now we have our logo over here for the mobile. Let me just click on it, go to style, and try to increase the size a little bit to something like that. Then go to this. What we want to style is this toggler button, the button that someone presses and the menu scrolls down. So that's called a toggler. Go to style, go to toggler button. Let's make the background green, and let's make the color to be white. And we can increase the size of it a little bit like that. So if I close this, you see that is how our menu is going to look for the mobile. And I'll click on the logo. I'll give some padding on the left. I can see it is stuck on at the edge, which is not supposed to be like that. So go to advanced padding and check the paddings, and left make it like 10. Yeah, that should be enough to prevent it from sticking on the line over here. Then if I click on this, you can see the menu drops down, but it drops on the right hand side only. So that is simply because the menu is not full width. So select on this menu, go back to content, then go to where it says mobile drop down, full width, check on that. So now when I click on this, the menu appears full width, but now it cuts some part of the logo. I hope you can see that. I don't know if you can. Let me try to zoom in. See, it cuts some part of the logo over here. So what I'm supposed to do, I'm supposed to click on that menu, and I'm supposed to go to style. Then I'm supposed to go all the way down to drop down, and where it says distance, so I'm supposed to give it a distance like that. Now our header is full until where there is the divider, that the borderline that we added. Then now this is our menu, so we need to style it, the drop down. So let me just reduce that. I'll go back here to drop down. Yes. Then we are going to have the background to be our shade of green. Then we're going to have our text color as green. Then on hover, we're going to have a background that is green and the text color to be white, so that it is like that. Then on active, we're also going to have the background to be green and the text color to be white, like that. Then let's also have some vertical padding like that. Then let's also go to the main menu, go to typography, and let's make this 17 pixels. That's too big. Let's make it 16. So now our menu is done. So this is done. When you go to desktop view, that's how it looks like. And when you go to mobile view, there it is. You can toggle your menu. You can go to any of the pages over here and you can close it. Okay, and if you go to tablet view, it is also like that. So let's try and style it a little bit. So for the logo, let's give left padding of like 20. Then let's increase the logo size like that. Then let's reduce the paddings of these horizontal paddings for the menu. So this is now for anyone who is viewing the website on a tablet. So let's just remove this, and that is desktop, that is tablet, and that is mobile. So we are done creating the header. So now we need to also do the same thing and create the footer. Okay, so let's just always ensure you publish before you leave your page. Always publish before you leave your page. So that is done. So we have to go back to our section which is called the theme builder. So go here and go to theme builder, because we are going to add a new template, which is the footer. So as we dive into creating the new footer, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and ensure to like this video, and yeah, enjoy your learning. So now I've added the few footers. You can see I went to the footer section and created and clicked on the add new. So let's give it some time to load the footer section. As you can see, the same thing happens as the way we were adding the header template. It gives you some templates that you can insert. Don't insert those templates, just close this, because we are designing everything from scratch. So as you can see, you remember when we added the ability of this menu to stick on top when you scroll. So you can see it's working now. Okay, that's nice. So let's just add a full section here, and for this one I'll go to height. I'll give it a minimum height, and I'll go to style, and I'm going to background, and I'm going to give it a background after our full green, which is the primary color. I'll go the way down to the footer down here. I'll add another section. I'll say no gap. I'll give it a height, non-height. I'll go to vertical and make it middle. Then I'll give it a background of black, or no, the other color, which is the accent color of our brand. So down here is where we are going to have those all rights reserved and all those shenanigans. So maybe you can start with those. Let me just get some from here. Scroll down. I just copy this, then we are going to edit. Go here. You can copy them from any website, so you shouldn't be worried. Go to over here. Now we are introducing a new widget that we have not used. It's called the text editor, this one here. Click, drag, and drop it here. Then let's just change our font over here. Not font, but the content. Just paste. So instead of Host Kenya here, let's change this to our website name, which is Ethel Apparel Limited. So let me just bring in the name. Where is it? I'm on here on my other screen. I'll copy the name, and over here I'll paste it. Okay, so let's give it some top padding like that. Then go to style, change the color from black to white. So copyright symbol 2025 Ethel Apparel. Let's go here. Let's give the pipe symbol and say all rights reserved. Reserved. Yeah. So there we go. So we have that. Then on the right, I'm going to have the designed by Masha Creatives. Okay, so I'll bring in an inner section to have two sections, the left and the right. So over here, inner section, click and drag and drop it inside here. Then go to columns, say no gap. Go to vertical, say middle, and let's drag and drop this inside the left column. Right click, duplicate, and have that on the so basically what we are going to write here, I'm going to first align that to the right. So go to style, alignment to the right, it sticks to the far right. Then what I'm going to do, I'll go back here and I'll say design by Masha Creatives. Okay, so I'll select this name because I want to have, if someone selects, if someone clicks on this name, they should be taken to Masha Creatives website. So basically I want to add a link here. So I'll click on this, then there's this icon here, insert link. So click on that, then I'm going to paste my link here. So I just copy Masha Creatives link and I'm going to paste it over here and click on that. So if someone comes here and clicks on this, or designed by Masha Creatives, and if you click on that, automatically they get redirected to Masha Creatives. So I'll do this, I'll go to settings because I want it open the link in a new tab, yeah, like that, then update. So if someone clicks on this, they get redirected to Masha Creatives, but it opens a new tab automatically. I don't know, I hope that makes sense. So now what we're going to have here, we're going to have how many sections? 3 or 4, I don't know, but let's do it with you. I'll drag in our inner section, drop it over there. I'll duplicate this section. Let's have 3 at the moment. Then here the first section is our logo, but we're going to have the white logo. Now you understand why I uploaded 2 logos. So for this one, you want to pull the site logo, because if I pull the site logo is also green and our background is green. Okay, this has a white background, which I don't know what happened for the logo to have a white background. Maybe I exported a JPG instead of a PNG, but no worries. I'm just going to delete this. I'm going to have image over there. Then I'll go to here. I'll click on that, the white logo, and okay, it won't show. I know what I did. I made a mistake when exporting the. So let's re-export. So go to File, Export, Selection. For screens over here, it was not supposed to JPG, supposed to be PNG. So now I can export those again. So apologies about that. So basically what you'll do, image, then you can just upload your other logo over here. For me, this is it. I'll double click and select, and there is my logo. Okay, so that is okay. Then I'm going to have a small description below here about this brand. So let me just get that real quick. So I'm going to bring in now what we call the text editor, the one we use down here. So I'll click, drag and drop it here, and I'm going to paste in a description. Oops. So I'll drag this and drop it here and delete this. So we'll change the color from black to white, and as you can see, that is very okay. Then here on the next section, we are going to have quick links. So go to over here, go to heading, click and drag that. The heading is green automatically, that's why we can't see anything. Go to style, change the color here to white, go back here and type quick links. Then go to style, make it 24, and you can make that bold as you want. Now I'm going to have the menu again here, so I'll just go back to add element, WordPress menu, drag, drop it in here. It made 2. Sometimes this happens, a common thing. You might drag one section, then it creates 2. So just delete one, the one that you do not want. For me, I'll delete that. So I want this menu to be vertically like this, not horizontal as it is. So layout over here, once you select on it, the layout, change this to vertical, and I should have your menu like that. Then go to style, let's change the color to white. Now for this one, both on mobile and on also remove this, the pointer. So I click on it, I'll go back here, the pointer, underline, say none. Yeah, then go to style, also the color on hover, change this color to white, and also the active, make it white. Yeah, so that there are no changes over here. Then what I want us to do, when we change this to mobile, you see it creates this toggler. So usually on the footers, there are no togglers. Okay, it's supposed to show the menu itself. So togglers are just supposed to be on the header. On the footer, you're not supposed to have this toggler thing here. So it's just supposed to show the menu. So what you go back to content, just make sure you have the menu selected, go back to content and go to where it says breakpoint and say none. So that means it's not breaking, so it will be full. Okay, the menu will always be full, and so that is okay. So we have our description, quick links, and on the right, let's duplicate this, right click, drag, drop it there, and let's say contact. Let's have contact us. So we are going to have the contact details here. So for this one, I'm going to use an icon box, icon list, any icon box. So I'll search for an icon box, click, drag, and drop it here on the third column. The heading and the icon are not visible because they are using the primary colors. So let's go to icon, change this to white. Also go to content, change the title to white or whichever color that is visible. So let's go back, and for the title it's going to be phone, and here we're going to paste now the phone number. Let me see if I have it over here. So there is the phone number, as you can see. So now let's style this. So I'll go to style, I'll have it aligned to the left. I'll go back to content, let's change also the icon to phone. Then I'll go to style, go back, default, let's make it framed. Go to style, icon spacing is okay. Let's go to icon, and the size is too big, make it around 22. That should be okay. I'll go back to box, and the content spacing, reduce that. I'll go here and middle align like that, and I'll also go to content. I'll change the title size to 18 pixels, or let's make it 20. Then let's remove the hover on the title. Go to style, hover effect, make it white. Yeah, so now we have our phone number over here, and also the content is black. Let's make it white. So I'll go to content, I'll go to description, and over here I'll change that to white. Then I'm going to have a divider here. I'll go to add element, I'll search for divider, click, drag it, and drop it over here. Same thing has happened again. We have two, so delete this one because I only need this one. I'll click on this, I'll change the color to our shade of green like that. Then I'll just duplicate the phone, the first icon box. Then I'll change the content, just change here to envelope for the email. Then I'll change the phone here to email. Then I'll come here and I'm going to paste the company email. I'll also duplicate this again. Now I'll undo that because this has I can see it has a gap. So select on this, that is the divider, and remove the gap. Then duplicate. Then drag the copy down. Duplicate this again. Drag the copy below the divider. Then this is going to be our location. So I'll do maps. I'll use the map pin. Then I'll type the title as location. Then let's paste in our location, which is Nairobi, Kenya. So I'll have a negative margin for the dividers. So over here I'll give it a negative margin of like 10. Same thing for the other one here, advanced, and link the margins and give it a negative margin of 10. Now we have our footer. So we have our website footer. So for the center column, I'll give some left paddings. So I'll unlink the paddings and I'll do left. I'll do like 30, or let's do 50. Yeah, so that like there is like a balance between the distances over here. So basically now you just have to play with your styles to ensure everything looks okay and looks fine. For me, I just give some negative margins for my section here, and I think the footer is done like that. Let's check how it looks on tablet. Yeah, I think it looks okay, apart from this here, which is something that you can sort by increasing this section size. So let's have the first section to be 30. It's supposed to add up to 100, so let's make the first section 30. Let's make the second section also to be 30. Then we make the last section 40. As you can see, it's already showing, so that is okay. Then let's go to mobile, and if you go to mobile, we have the logo, description, and this. For these contacts, I don't want them to be stacked. I'll want to maintain the same format, so just click on this and have the left format. You can also copy and paste styles. That's the good thing. Okay, sometimes it fails, so I'll just do this manually. Left, select on the last one, styles and left. I don't know what's happening with this one. Top, left, yes. So yeah, as you can see now, this looks okay. But as the last thing is these ones here. As you can see, they are not well aligned. So select on this one, go to style and align center. Select on that one also and align center. That is alignment for the mobile side. So okay, let's take that back, and as you can see now, our header is done, correct, and our footer is properly also done. So yeah, this is Masha Creatives in partnership with Host Kenya. And just ensure here you click add condition, leave it as it is, and say save that. So our header is saved, our footer is saved. So what happens when we visit our website? Let's try and check. So go to the dashboard and click here, visit site, and let's see. So we see now we have our dummy content here. Our header is done and our footer is done. So we just have to input now our own content at the content page. Okay, so this is Masha Creatives, and ensure to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and let's meet on the next one. Peace out.